Hello, the view of Sean Carroll is typical of much of academia, and it's flawed in the way they manufacture evidence to suit their assumptions. You should not manufacture evidence to suit your assumptions. Now, the evidence that I'm speaking about is they assume that memory is in the brain. We assume that Sean Carroll assumes that memory is in the brain. And when you assume that memory is in the brain, then that just solves all your materialist arguments right there and then. You don't need to explore any sort of idealism. Because the more sensible and the more logical and the more rational and the more reasonable explanation is that our minds are like the USS Enterprise and Captain Kirk and Spock are out there. So if you want to remember your first kiss, they fly off and they zip around the sun and they go back in time and they film your first kiss and they broadcast it to your noggin. Your mind does that. Your mind can go as fast as the USS Enterprise and it can do all that stuff. And it can show you your actual first kiss. So the USS Enterprise mind of yours can go zipping around all over this block universe and view any memory it wants, whenever it wants. So it doesn't need to store anything in the mind at all. There's no memory in the brain. That's an assumption. This Sean Carroll guy, he just likes to be, religion's all. But you're living inside what amounts to a dream right now. So when you die, it's just a waking up process. You wake up. Oh, you wake up. The dreaming dog wakes up and is still dreaming. The dreaming dog flails his legs, running in his dream, chasing or running from an enemy, or chasing something where he's the enemy. The dog is invested enough in that dream to run for something. He thinks that he's real. You think that you're real. You can't assume that memory is in the brain. We wouldn't have Roger Penrose going, I think it's hiding in a microtubule somewhere and using entanglement. These are all just brain farts. You can tell I'm no fun. Maybe he was smart or something. I don't know. But I don't know. Everyone right now is clueless on consciousness because of people who pull facts out of their backside, like the physicist Sean Carroll, going around telling people religious. He has no idea if he could be living inside of a dream. And all he has to do is manifest stuff and pay attention. Anybody that does law of attraction type secret stuff, they'll see a lot of things that they manifest won't make linear time sense. And just the manifesting alone proves this is a dream. Because inside of a dream, a lot of the things would make sense. If you were in a nocturnal dream, you'd be like, a dragon just flew by. Oh, that makes perfect sense. But in this world that's combined expectations by all, we form this reality. Every thought puts a weight of thought into a simultaneous event. Every worry, every daydream. Worry is the root of all evil. Daydream is the root of all evil. Good. Think of stuff and pay attention. It's not that hard to notice. But you will as long as you have clowns like this physicist and everyone that thinks that they're real. Because the logical reason, there is no need to store memory at all. There's no need to store memory in the brain. There's no need to store it anywhere, in any magic place. Every event, Captain Kirk and Spock can just zip around in your Star Trek universe mind and go visit any event that they want. So it's like, I want to remember my first kiss. So it zips back in time and films your first kiss. I want to remember my graduation. So it zips back in time and films your graduation. And it beams it into your antenna. Your hippocampus is an antenna at best. It's the other end of the nerve endings. Chop off your leg, don't expect to walk. Chop off the other nerve endings, don't expect to walk either. Or even say your name. There's no memories in the hippocampus as much as Sean Carroll and others just like to assume that it is. Assume. That's the way science works. When he dies, he needs to be born to a smarter mom. Because lifetime to lifetime we grow. It was Aristotle who was right, not Charles Darwin. Lifetime to lifetime you grow. You were a plant to learn how to breathe, like photosynthesis, and that's part of the seeing. Photosynthesis was early eyes, and you're a fish to waggle your butt to move, and you're a crab to learn opposable thumbs. Like, it's all lifetime to lifetime you grow in a teleological way, and you're not done growing yet, so afterlife is limited. But if we are in a dream scenario, which is more likely if the universe is mental, Hermetic principle uno, which they've been teaching for thousands and thousands of years, despite this materialism kick, this Sean Carroll is just a materialism priest. He's just like the high priest of materialism. Oh, yeah, well, MIT academic, whatever. Academia is not so. If they don't accept common sense, the simplest explanation for reality is that memory doesn't even need to exist. Because if you understood the block universe, then you would understand that Captain Kirk and Spock have access to all of your memories. And they can go back with a full camera crew, and they can record all your memories, and they can just beam it right to you. So if your memories are external from mind, external from brain, as actual events, external, then that makes dying a lot safer, doesn't it? If our mind's memory equals consciousness, our consciousness is essentially memory. Our consciousness is memory. So you are resonance underneath. I understand what we are. I just think there's clowns like this Sean Carroll that are going up, making up facts that are ruining things. You can't just make up facts. That's not how science works. If you go around telling someone that there's a memory in the brain and you don't have evidence to back it up, then you're just pulling facts from your backside. That's all there is to it. Anyways, be blessed. Namaste.